What up, everybody? Welcome back to Cal Crypto, bringing you another cryptocurrency video on this beautiful day. So today is pretty simple, guys. We are going to dive into Bitcoin analysis, Ethereum analysis. We're going to get into some very interesting Bitcoin news because there's literally news every single day and it's hard to keep up with as it is. But I'm not going to complain when we get, adoption news every single day. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. Bitcoin it kind of disappointed me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I was really ready for a big move, a big breakout. And it was like I talked about yesterday, this cup and handle, and the cup formed great and the handle broke out and we closed above the neckline and we just got rejected at the exact all-time high of 58,282. And we came back down, we tested the 21 moving day average and came back up, kind of looked like we were gonna make a go at it again and we got pushed back down. So kind of just waiting to see what happens here. I'd say obviously we have higher highs and higher lows. So that's a bullish trend. The trend is your friend. I'm not gonna fight that. But I won't be personally making any trades. And if you're dollar cost averaging in, doesn't really matter anyway, guys. And let's do Ethereum real quick, and that'll bring us into our news segment. Ethereum is looking to be the same. It's got the cup and it's got this handle that's really, really extending down. If it breaks through above to about 1835, we could see new all-time highs for Ethereum. That would be really exciting because Ethereum was doing great at the beginning of this bull run, and it's slowed down a lot, and there's been a lot of disappointment, and there's been a lot of hiccups, and a lot of things go wrong for Ethereum, but yet it's still $1,700, guys. I remember when Ethereum was 300, so can't really complain. So we'll just keep an eye on this. It might touch the 50-day for support and then pop back up, but we will just have to wait and see. If it breaks through this, obviously that's not good. It's going to come down a lot lower, and if you're sitting to buy, that might be a good time to think about it. Now, going back on my previous point, who cares when you buy, right? If you're holding this thing long term, you're not leverage trading, you're not swing trading, it doesn't matter, right? Well, that's Michael Saylor's opinion, right? He does not care what the price is. This guy sees so much value in this digital currency that he buys it for whatever price. He is trying to accumulate as much as he possibly can. So MicroStrategy literally yesterday made another purchase of 262 Bitcoin at $57,146. So he's buying at the all-time highs. What does that tell you, guys? That this guy who has called Amazon, Apple, Facebook, people told him he was insane for investing in those companies. He made 500 plus million off of, now says Bitcoin is the most thermodynamically sound money he's ever seen, meaning the laws of thermodynamics. If you have a boat that has a hole, it sinks. If you have a plane that has a hole in a wing, the airfoil doesn't work. Bernoulli's principle fails, it crashes into the ground. Michael Saylor believes that Bitcoin is truly the most thermodynamically sound money we've ever had. It doesn't inflate over time, and it doesn't have the disadvantages that currently Fiat does. So this guy's trying to accumulate as much as he can. He has 91,326 Bitcoin. Absolutely insane. If Bitcoin goes the way I think it goes, and a lot of other people think it goes, this will be the most powerful company on the planet by far, right behind Grayscale, of course. So yeah, guys, if you're worried about buying the all-time highs, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, throw in a little bit at the all-time highs and don't throw in all your capital. And if it takes a 20% dip, double down. Like, that's how you buy smart, and you don't just like throw it all in and just be like, okay, I hope for the best. Ultimately, I don't see anything wrong with that either, because in my opinion, if you just wait and you don't panic sell, you'll be okay. That's been historically proven. All right, next piece of news. The European Central Bank is absolutely out of control, like the rest of the world. Negative interest rates, unlimited money printing, bond yield was starting to rise. So what are they going to do? They're going to print more money and they're going to buy back the bonds because debt, 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 debt. That's all we do is we buy debt, we issue debt, and our system runs on debt. So, as you guys can tell, I'm not a big fan of that system. But regardless, the ECB and Christine Lagarde, who is the president of the European Central Bank, if you guys don't know what a central bank is, it is the parent company to all the little banks. So the central bank is like the Federal Reserve in the United States. You have one in Japan, you have one in China, you have one in the Europe area, and they control the euro. The US Federal Reserve controls the US dollar, and so on and so forth. And these people kind of regulate and contract and expand the money supply at will. So it already says the European Central Banks has had negative interest rates before COVID-19. It got worse. They say they're recovering faster than the US dollar, but obviously all of them are down, not doing that well. The chief economist of the ECB has warned about the dynamic of inflation being dampened by the appreciation of the euro against the US dollar. So there's a lot of concern, even with the people at the top. And guys, this isn't like rocket science. Like the average person starting to figure this stuff out, that unlimited printing leads to disaster. So people are figuring it out. They're moving their money into gold, silver, Bitcoin, whatever, traditional hedges, bonds against these types of, quantitative easing procedures. People are getting, savvy to the game. The monopoly gig is up. We know that if you print more money, the money supply expands, spending goes up, goods and services have to match those prices, they go up, inflation, or you hit deflation on the flip side. You expand the money supply, people don't spend money like right now, and prices go down, and that's dangerous for goods and services because they can't stay open, they can't stay in business. There's not an equilibrium to the spending and the demand and all these things that drive the economy currently. So this is just basically an article saying that modern monetary theory is just gone mainstream. People understand what it is to expand the money supply at will. And it basically says cryptocurrencies may find some support for those looking to it as a hedge. They are primed to be in a position as a counter thesis to a growing global consensus around monetary stimulus. This is from Forbes, guys. It's not like from Bitcoin.com, which actually has some good news, but it's not like a biased site. Like Forbes is a traditional finance site. Like even they're saying, hey, red flag alert, like people just printing money. And Christine Lagarde has already said she's prepared to print as much as she has to. And I think they're doing a $1.8 trillion economic package. Anyway, though, that's the Fiat is a disaster news. Moving on to more Bitcoin news. So Goldman Sachs, a banking giant, reports rising customer demand for Bitcoin, predicts an explosion in the use of digital currencies. This is a lot to do with just like Corona expediting this whole process of like people don't accept cash because they're scared of transmission of disease. But also, guys, we've been transitioning to a cashless society for the last 5 years. I don't personally ever have cash on me unless I'm going through like a toll or it's like a bar that only accepts cash. I don't know. There's very few instances where I actually need cash. So we're going to this society where people are going to use digital money, and most of the money in the system is 97% digital in the US anyway. So it's already here. It's just we're making the last tweaks to the system to figure it out, how we're going to regulate this stuff to move on. We are regulated on what we can do, they say. We continue to evaluate it and engage on it. Guys, once they figure out how they're going to work like crypto into this system, it's going to be floodgates. Like they're going to figure it out. They are going to get their most wealthy clients even wealthier. And then they're going to tell you, hey, it's good to buy, guys. Everyone buy it. So everyone who we already got into it, including ourselves, can get richer. Like that is what you guys need to understand. They've been doing this since the beginning of time. They obviously gather it first and then they make it available. Then it's safe for you to buy as the retail investor. But before that, they are going to try and accumulate as much as they can, and they're going to spread fear into your minds about how you shouldn't buy cryptocurrency, you'll lose all your money. But yet everyone who bought cryptocurrency in 2011, man, they're sitting really nice. People who bought it in 2017, man, they're sitting really nice. So are these people lying, or are they telling the truth? Because to me, what I've seen holding cryptocurrency for years now, they've been lying. I have never been disappointed in what I've invested in cryptocurrency. It has literally never failed me. It failed me for a period of time, and then it doubled, tripled, quadrupled. So think about that when you're reading into mainstream media articles that say don't buy Bitcoin yet. We haven't got a chance to buy it first because we have to go through these regulatory processes. See, think about it. Just think about it for yourself. They want to buy it. They want to get it for their best clients. And they quote unquote say here, the pandemic has been a significant accelerant. There's no question in our mind there will be more digital commerce and use of digital money. Citibank leaked a document. Bitcoin will be used for global trade in the next 7 years. You got to understand where this is going, guys. You need to understand, because I made this channel to spread this awareness of, I'm not trying to be a Bitcoin evangelist, but it's like when you see something that's going to work, that is dominating the economy, that has more sound principles than what we have today, I feel strongly to let other people know about it. Because so many people go, it's too late to buy Bitcoin. I failed. It's too late to buy Bitcoin. No. I'll just buy the cheapest altcoin. No, guys, just trust me when I say that I truly believe that a $57,000 Bitcoin is undervalued, extremely undervalued. Next. American Home Warranty Company to accept crypto payments, plans to add Bitcoin to investment portfolio. They go into saying that following in the footsteps of Tesla, the home warranty company, American Residential Warranty, says it will accept cryptocurrency payments for its services. In addition, the company will also plan to acquire and hold Bitcoin as part of its strategy to expand its investment portfolio and boost returns on cash, because cash is trash and it's falling fast. So that's why they're doing it, just like everyone else. It says that their clients have wanted this risk. They wanted this, risk exposure. And like eventually in 5 years, if you do not offer cryptocurrency custodial services as a financial representative, people are going to call you and be like, I'm out. I'm going down the street to Goldman Sachs where they offer this Bitcoin exposure because you've costed me millions of dollars in opportunity cost. And that's your job, was to stay on top of what's financially hot. And you failed me. So I'm going to go down here to the innovators who didn't fail their clients, and I'm going to look to them to make me money, because that's how rich people work. That's how they think. They think, how can I always make more money with the money that I have? They don't sit on money and just, there's millions of dollars in a cash account. Like, their portfolios are diversified amongst real estate, bonds, stocks, ETFs, like precious metals, more than you could ever imagine. So you got to start thinking like these people that work in this way. And this is where it's going. This is going to be in every single company's hands in the next 5 years. I don't know how else to say it, guys. Every single day, I find news about a new company buying Bitcoin. What does that tell you? That it is going to keep getting bought by other companies. And you don't want to be first and you don't want to be last. MicroStrategy was first, really Grayscale. MicroStrategy was like the first, company that wasn't just revolved around Bitcoin to be first. But see, now all these companies don't want to be last. They go, oh my gosh, MicroStrategy is making so much money. How can we protect our deflating cash against the US money printing? Let's buy Bitcoin. All right, harped on that enough. Next. So I kind of talked about this in the last video. Oracle was supposed to buy Bitcoin. They didn't buy it. And this is actually kind of bullish, guys. It basically goes into saying that, people listening to the earnings call, and guys, if we got news that Oracle bought Bitcoin, we'd be at 60,000 plus right now. But I just think that's so dumb, because it's like we're waiting for like more confirmation as investors that this thing's going somewhere. You guys know how many private companies have already bought in Bitcoin? Do you wonder why like every single time it dips to 55,000, it literally just goes you, because all of these people are waiting for just the slightest dips just to say 15 million, 20 million, 100 million. And they're buying it over the counter too. Or sometimes they're buying it on exchanges because that's the only place they can buy it now. They estimate there to be an actual liquid supply of less than 2 million Bitcoin left. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, liquid means available to be bought and sold. The rest is gone. It's on hard wallets. It's locked up in cold storage. It's on exchanges, and it hasn't moved for 4 years. So understand supply is getting lower, price is getting higher because demand is increasing. And eventually, I don't think Bitcoin will be pegged to the US dollar. Bitcoin will be Bitcoin. So people go, well, I don't want to own 0.0001, of a Bitcoin. Well, 0.01 of a Bitcoin is going to be a lot in 10 years, a lot. And I'll actually go over that article on another video to show you how insane $500 worth of Bitcoin right now is going to be in 10 years based on supply and demand. That's all it is, guys, supply and demand. And demand keeps going up and supply keeps going down. That's all. But anyway, back to this. I mean, Oracle hasn't, there's rumors that they're waiting or that they might have bought and they don't have to actually, file it with the SEC or report it on their earnings. But I think Oracle will be next. Larry Ellison is the CEO of Oracle. He's on the board for Tesla. Put 2 and 2 together equals probably the same mindset. So we'll see. It'll be interesting, but that'll be big news. It'll be even bigger when Apple comes out and say they bought it. Now, MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor goes over how sovereign wealth funds are rated by Bitcoin. And this is talking about how we're still early. You're going to see existing hedge fund players double down, triple down. I think it's inevitable you'll see sovereign wealth funds. They have to move. They have an infinite amount of money. And if you're infinite money and see the asset class coming, you see its best performing asset class. You see it's the best performing asset class. Your only issue is, are other people with money going to do this? So if I can point to 100 billion entities that are doing this, then yeah, I kind of want in. I don't know if that stands for 100 billion or just 100 entities, but he's basically saying, guys, that a lot of people are doing this. A lot of people want to follow, and a lot of people are starting to understand that cash is declining in value. It's losing purchasing power. And that's just, unfortunately, the circumstances the US economy has put itself in with the corona pandemic, and a lot of things have been accelerated by 10, 15 years just based on what has happened. So you have other opinions, obviously. You're going to hear this. Jim Rogers, I believe the virtual currency represented by Bitcoin will decline and eventually become zero. This is a clear bubble, and I don't know the right price. Virtual currency is not an investment target. Many have already come and gone, so we'll see. Peter Schiff has been saying the same thing, guys, because he supports gold. Bitcoin is eating gold's market cap right now as we speak. So in 10 years, I guess we'll find out who's right. Bitcoiners or fiat gold bugs that, think the past is still relevant. Well, with the last piece of news, guys, we'll wrap it up. Ethereum flips strong resistance levels as price eyes $2,000 retest. So basically they're saying that kind of what we talked about on our technical analysis at the beginning of the video. Ethereum has basically, done a V-shaped recovery and is looking very bullish to the upside. We could see, an explosion for Ethereum if we look here when it busts out of this bull flag. So guys, when it's going down, pops out, it's bullish. Vice versa, if it's going up and it breaks down, it's very bearish. So we'll see. I think Ethereum's poised to move. I think Bitcoin is too. The only thing that worries me is a Bitcoin double top, but all that would happen then is Bitcoin would come down, form an M-shaped pattern, and go even higher. So either way, guys, if you're holding, there's really nothing to worry about. That's pretty much it for the video, guys. I got a little preachy today, but I feel really strongly about this subject. That's why I do these videos. That's why I have this channel. So let me know what you want to see in the next one. If not, you know where the topic will be going. And until next time, guys, Cal Crypto is out.